Israel built a nuclear bomb. France helped design it, and Germany, secretly, may have paid for it. Nearly 2 billion German marks, disguised as Negev development aid, funneled through a state bank in Frankfurt. The codename Operation Business Friend. No treaty, no paper trail, just post-war guilt and a very expensive favor. The Holocaust funded the bomb that now threatens the Middle East. What if one of the most secretive nuclear programs in modern history was not only built in silence, but financed in secrecy as well? A new report is now raising a profound question. Who really paid for Israel's nuclear ambitions? Since the exposure of the Dimona nuclear reactor in Israel's Negev desert in December 1960, the country's nuclear program has been the subject of extensive research, books, and investigative reporting. Yet, despite decades of scrutiny, two key questions have remained unresolved: how much the project cost and who financed it. According to a report by the Israeli daily Haaretz, West Germany may have played a far greater financial role than previously understood. The report claims that between 1961 and 1973, the government in Bonn transferred between 140 and 160 million German marks annually to Israel through a covert loan mechanism. In total, the funding is estimated at nearly 2 billion marks, equivalent to around 5 billion euros today. A repayment agreement signed in 1989 reportedly transformed the loan into what was effectively a grant. If accurate, this would suggest that a substantial portion of Israel's nuclear project was financed not by domestic sources or private donors, but by German public funds. The origins of this arrangement trace back to 1957, when Israel and France maintained close ties following the Sinai War. France agreed to assist Israel in acquiring a nuclear reactor. However, then, Prime Minister David Ben-Gurion remained concerned about long-term security threats, particularly from Egyptian President Gamal Abdel Nasser and the rise of pan-Arab nationalism. Seeking additional backing, Ben-Gurion turned to West Germany, led by Chancellor Konrad Adenauer, whose government viewed support for Israel as both a moral obligation following the Holocaust and a strategic interest. A pivotal moment came in July 1957, during a secret meeting in Bonn between Shimon Peres, then Director General of Israel's Defense Ministry, and West German Defense Minister Franz Josef Strauss. Both sides had strong incentives to keep their cooperation hidden. Israel feared domestic backlash, while Germany was wary of damaging its standing in the Arab world. Their discussions laid the groundwork for expanding ties beyond earlier reparations agreements, including defense cooperation and financial support. The breakthrough came in March 1960, when Ben-Gurion and Adenauer met in New York. While the meeting itself was public, its substance remained undisclosed for years. It is widely regarded as a turning point in Israeli-German security relations. The financial arrangement that followed was reportedly disguised as aid for Negev development under the codename Action Geschäftsfreund, or Operation Business Friend. Under this mechanism, Israel was to receive $50 million annually for 10 years at a fixed interest rate. Due to the need for secrecy, no formal treaty was signed. Instead, funds were transferred as commercial-style loans through a state-owned development bank in Frankfurt, with official documentation masking their true purpose. Key German ministries approved the mechanism, while others were kept unaware. The arrangement became even more sensitive following the capture of Nazi official Adolf Eichmann in 1960 and his subsequent trial in Jerusalem, which raised concerns within West Germany about the exposure of former Nazi figures in government. Taken together, the account suggests that Israel's nuclear program at Dimona was supported not only by French technological assistance, but also by significant, covert financial backing from West Germany. While definitive proof linking the funds directly to the reactor remains elusive, the scale, secrecy, and structure of the financial transfers point to their critical role in enabling the project. If confirmed in full, these findings would reshape understanding of one of the most closely guarded programs in modern history, revealing a complex convergence of post-war guilt, geopolitical strategy, and clandestine diplomacy that helped define Israel's nuclear trajectory. In the middle of a war, with bombs still falling on Iran and across the Middle East, Trump may have just let slip one of the most closely guarded secrets in the world. Speaking at the White House on March 16th, the US president was asked about comments made by his own advisor suggesting Israel might consider using a nuclear weapon if the conflict with Iran spiraled out of control. The American president's answer raised eyebrows.
One of your advisors, David Sachs, said the other week that the U.S. should, quote, declare victory and get out of the Iran war. He also warned that if the conflict escalates, Israel may contemplate the use of a nuclear weapon. Has he shared that assessment with you?
No, he hasn't. Israel wouldn't do that. Israel would never do that. And there's a theory. You've pounded them to hell, and you can just leave now, and it'll take 10 years for them to build back not nearly what they have right now.
Trump neither confirmed nor denied that Israel has nuclear weapons. But for decades, that has been precisely the point. Israel's policy of deliberate ambiguity, known in Hebrew as amimut, has kept the world guessing since the 1960s. You don't say never unless there is something to say never about. The comment came after David Sachs, Trump's czar for artificial intelligence and cryptocurrency, broke from the administration's triumphalist tone on the conflict and warned of a far darker possibility. Speaking on the All In podcast, Sachs said the war carried what he called a lot of really frightening scenarios, cautioning that if Israel came under sustained attack, it could find itself contemplating the nuclear option. He called that prospect truly catastrophic.
This is a good time to declare victory and get out, and that is clearly what the markets would like to see. Israel could get seriously destroyed in this war, and then you have to worry about Israel escalating the war by contemplating using a nuclear weapon.
So what exactly would Israel be reaching for if it ever did use one? According to the Federation of American Scientists and the Stockholm International Peace Research Institute, Israel is estimated to hold around 90 nuclear warheads, though it has never officially confirmed this. The program dates to the late 1950s, built at the Negev Nuclear Research Center near Dimona with French assistance. By most credible accounts, Israel had a functional weapon by 1967. It is believed to maintain a nuclear triad: land-based Jericho ballistic missiles, aircraft-delivered bombs, and nuclear-capable cruise missiles aboard German-supplied Dolphin-class submarines, giving it a survivable second strike capability. Israel has never signed the Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty. It has never submitted to international inspections, and for over 60 years, it has said nothing. But after all these years, Israel's best friend, Donald, might have given it all away.